I had a cool conversation with one of my subscribers in the comment section under one of my Medal of Honor reviews about the Call of Duty games on PS2, and he mentioned that he just bought 2 COD games for a good price. I suggested that both of us should make a playthrough of the Big Red One, and I'm going to make my next video about Call of Duty 2. So here we are. I hope that you are well and you enjoyed the game. I sure did. It was a very good experience, and today I would like to tell everyone about it. Hello fellow gamers out there, my name is Mr. Zolsta, welcome on my channel where I review great old games. Call of Duty Big Red One has been released in 2005 by Activision, 3 years after Medal of Honor Frontline and 2 years after Rising Sun. All these are very similar Second World War FPS games. You could say that they are all the same, which is true in a way, but there are many differences between them. And if you enjoy these kind of games, you can play as many as you want. Before I started the game, I had a hope that the guys at Activision has been seen my review videos of both of the early Medal of Honor games before they started to work on this game, to avoid those issues which were plaguing those early Medal of Honor games. It seems that they did, and they made a great game. What the hell am I talking about here? I wanted to know what is this Big Red One title means. So I ventured into the cyberspace and made my research. As it turned out, they were indeed a real unit which fought in the Second World War, and the different levels in the game follows that journey from the hot deserts of North Africa to the harsh winter in Europe. My initial impressions were good. You can choose between multiple control layouts, you can even set the sensitivity on the different directions. The hit detection is good, so all went well at the beginning. The levels are quite long, but there are multiple checkpoints, so you are not going to rage quit when you die at the end of a level. Oh, how I hated that in the early Medal of Honor games. As I mentioned earlier, the story follows the journey of the Big Red One squad throughout the various places in World War II. After an initial battle in Europe, the Big Red One squad will be deployed in Africa. What was a different experience for me compared to the Medal of Honor series is that there were good tactical combat situations, where you have to plan how you're going to move, where are you going to hide, not just move through a town and keep shooting. There were situations like this in the Medal of Honor games too, but here it felt that there were much more tactical situations. But there's a big difference is that you can use tanks, anti-air guns and various other weapons, which adds a lot of variety into the game. I'm going to talk about this in the later section of the review. What I also noticed is that your team really feels like a team. They are teasing each other, joking, sharing stories between missions, or showing concern when someone is getting injured, and you really feel like that you are one of them, not just random computer-controlled soulless soldiers are gathering around you. And they are actually good squad mates too. There were multiple situations where they saved my life, when I ran out of bullets and while I was reloading, one of them shoot down the enemy who tried to kill me. Well done, Activision. However, I had to mention that sometimes they are just walking straight into my line of fire, which was a bit annoying a few times throughout my gameplay, but nothing terrible. Throughout the levels you are going to find ammo and health packs as you would expect. I played the game on normal difficulty and I never ran out of ammo or health. In my opinion, they were placed in a perfect distance from each other. You can find the most common weapons in the game from the Second World War, and you can pick up ammo and weapons dropped by the enemies. You have a compass too, which shows the direction of your current objective, and if that objective is on higher or lower ground, this is useful so you don't have to run around trying to find where the hell you're supposed to go. The compass also shows the number of direction of your enemies. I mentioned this in one of my Medal of Honor reviews that this is a useful thing to have, but not really realistic, as in the Second World War there were no way to do that. What I also enjoyed, that you are making a linear progress throughout the campaign. You are not being dropped into random battles like one level in Africa, next level in Stalingrad. You fight your way through a country, even cross the sea, and you continue from there. I enjoyed the changing scenery as well, from the heat of the desert to the cold winter in Germany. And I have to say that the graphics are very nice and atmospheric sometimes. I noticed this quite a few times while I was in the middle of a battle. There are different combat options in the game, where you're not a foot soldier, you are rolling in tanks, half-tracks, sitting in anti-air guns. You have to mark buildings for the artillery squad, and even on a bomber plane, which was very cool. Let me show you. You have to defend the plane with the front, the bottom, and with the back guns shooting at enemy fighter planes. I really enjoyed this part. The controls were good, the hit detection as well, and even the clouds and the whole atmosphere was exciting. Yeah, I'm sure it is more exciting sitting in your favorite chair and shoot around than being on an actual plane. If you play this stage, you even have a chance to drop bombs below you. it is very well made, and these levels makes a ton of variety in the gameplay. When you made a few levels on foot, you have to do something else, and this makes everything better. So, let's see what I enjoyed in this game. First of all, the atmosphere is very good. I really enjoyed it. There were no annoying bugs or idiot squadmates or enemies. This is also a very positive aspect of the game. The hit detection is good. You can also use various vehicles and fight, not just as a foot soldier. The fact is also cool that the big red one was a real squad. So, what are those things which are not really enjoyed in this game? There is no sprint option. This would be useful sometimes. However, it is not a major issue. Your squad mates are sometimes moving to your line of fire. It happened a few times and it's just a bit annoying. There were a few occasions where the typical endless wave of enemies came out from nowhere and took position behind the machine gun until I figured out that I was supposed to do something else, but by that time I used a lot of ammo. So, should you play Call of Duty Big Red One? Well, if you're looking for a good Second World War shooter from this era, definitely give a try to this game. You're going to fight through 14 well-designed levels with a good variety in scenery and combat options. I'm glad that I played this game, and I'm looking forward to play the next Call of Duty games. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed yet, now it is a great time to do so. Also, the YouTube algorithm has chosen a video for you. It is on the screen now, check it out. Thank you for being with me here today, and I'll see you in the next Backlog Quest video.